Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. It's your brother Tamayam Lab, and I'm out here in Vacaville, California. What is it? 1 second, let me get the date. Today is October 30th, 2021. Demon Year, hastened by Elder Apostle Taha. And first and foremost, I would love to turn to the east and give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. And give double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS who rule well in sound doctrine. You know, with that being said, I pray this lesson is exhorting and comforting to the elect of Israel, and most importantly, edifying, to the elect of Israel, to the elect of the nation of Israel. Salakia. So what brothers want to get into today is just expounding on how the time is short, and our people that remain outside the doors of repentance when they close, they're just gonna be left out here to suffer their consequences, man. The time is surely about to come where majority of the people of the nation of Israel, a vast majority, 2/3 of our people in Babylon the Great are gonna perish due to forsaking the Lord habitually, through various incarnations, man, and including this last one, man. Thinking things will continue on as normal, and the Lord is just gonna be long suffering, and that judgment won't come to their dwelling place in their lifetime, man. And that's the stumbling block. Let's start with that. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 8, verse 11. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the Son of Man is fully set in them to do evil. So what Jake be on? I got time. Oh, the Lord love me. I'll be all right. Oh, it's all right. If push come to shove, I just wait till I get old. I want to live my life first, and then I want to get all my fun out the way first, and then I'm gonna come back to the Heavenly Father. I'm gonna come back when I have no use. When I'm washed up. When my best years are behind me. And Yahweh Bashem Yahushua isn't an option, man. He isn't an option at all, and that's a stumbling block. That's the stumbling block that Yahweh Bashem Yahushua said He will leave. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 6, verse 21. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, I will lay stumbling blocks before this people, and the fathers and the sons together shall fall upon them. The neighbor and his friend shall perish. And that's the time we in, man. Where your wrongdoings will be, you're gonna be accused and you're gonna be judged and recompensed according to all your wrongdoings if you refuse to hearken and come back to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man. Putting off from day to day, acting like Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is a 401k, is a retirement plan, is an option. When he was never that, man. He was your way out of Babylon the Great. He was your ticket to avoiding the second death. He was the key to your heart's desire, man. By dwelling in His wisdom, by dwelling in that strong tower, Let me get this. You're going to have to pay. This is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 7, verse 20. Nevertheless, verse 20. For there be many that perish in this life because they despise the law of the Most High that is set before them. God, the Lord said that He's about to punish the majority of our people, man. He's about to punish the majority of our people here with the sword, with famine, along with the rest of this world. You're gonna have to perish with this world because you chose to stay here. You chose your side. They're about to have to take part in that second death with this world that's gonna pass away. They're gonna pass away with this world, because they chose to partake in the fashions of this world and cling on to the fashions of this world. Dying the death of a heathen. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 9, Shalom. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 9. He said my Hebrew brother. Funny as hell. Jake gonna be alright. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 9, verse 25. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh, that I will punish all them which are circumcised with the uncircumcised. The Lord is, and think about that, the Lord is in complete control here, man. The Lord said anything going against him and his purpose by living contrary to the ordinances set before the nation of Israel, by living in sin, shall perish, man. Mother, father, sister, brother, anyone not signed and crying for the abominations done in the midst thereof is before the doors of repentance close, it's over with, man. You're gonna have to suffer. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 18, verse 4. Behold, all souls are mine. As the souls of the Father, so also the souls of the Son is mine. The soul that sinneth, it shall die. He said the soul that sinneth, it shall die, man. Any soul. The only souls that have a chance at avoiding the second death is of the nation of Israel, you know. Well, yeah, in Babylon, any people, well, yeah, anybody that has a chance of avoiding the second death is the nation of Israel anyways, but anybody living contrary to life is going to have to perish here, man. They're going to have to die with the word and try it over again, man. When he comes back, he's recompensing every man for his works, man. Every man for his works. This is the book of Proverbs. Book of Proverbs, chapter 10, verse 11. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 11, verse 31. That's what I want. Yeah. Behold, the righteous shall be recompensed in the earth, much more the wicked and the sinner. And that's perfect balance, because the Lord has only bestowed these laws, statutes, and commandments to the nation of Israel. So for their good, they're going to receive handsomely. They're going to receive good. They're going to receive much good. You know, but for their bad, for the wicked, they're going to receive the punishment of the wicked. You know, for good is good made, and for evil is evil made. Simple. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 39. Verse 25. For the good are good things created from the beginning. So evil things for sinners. So like I said, for good is made, and for bad is made. It's a perfect balance. It's a perfect balance. You know, and it's no respecter of persons, man. Everything going on is just to justify the elect and for prophecy's sake. But the world would never have to see evil or see bad if it wasn't for the sinners, or the evil. You know, the Lord literally created these punishments for the wicked due to the world being brought, you know, due to the world being brought to the point it's at by the wicked, man. I hope that made sense. I'm gonna say that again. The Lord created these punishments for the wicked and for the world, due to the point the world was brought to by the wicked. And due to that, and due to the world being brought to this point by the wicked, this world has to be cleansed again from the wicked. The wicked have to be eradicated, and anybody clung on to that spirit, anybody that has that spirit that's in the house of the wicked has to be eradicated, man. Again, just like the days of Noah. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 40, verse 9. Death and bloodshed, strife and sword, calamities, famine, tribulation, and the scourge. These things are created for the wicked, and for their sakes came the flood. Because what is the biggest cleansing agents? I mean, the most effective cleansing agents, fire and water. The flood, and the Lord promised that He would never bring a flood again to the nation of Israel. I mean, not to the nation of Israel, to the earth. So now He's gonna cleanse it via fire, man. That's how He's gonna cleanse the world. And it has to happen due to the world being drunken by the great whore. The world following after the ways of Babylon. And anybody clung on to that, anybody in the house of the wicked has to be eradicated, man. So for their sakes came the flood. Because this world has to be clean. This world has to be established in righteousness. And you're not going to build another man's foundation. You're not going to put new wine in an old bottle. You got to get rid of everything, man. So how much more Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah? I'm going to get this. This is the book of Amos. Chapter 9, verse 10. One second. This is the book of Amos, chapter 9, verse 10. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. So again, it's no respect as a person, man. And I can see it now. I can see it clear as day right now, man. If this was to take place right now, which it is soon come, don't think it's not. If this was to take place now, so many people would be caught off guard, man. It would come as a thief in the night. It's going to come as a thief in the night, you know? The looks on people's faces when they realize that death is coming for them from Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah because of what they did, it's going to be the best day ever for some people, but the worst day imaginable for most. This is the book of Daniel, chapter 12, verse 2. Salaki, this page been fighting me lately. Resistance, but it's all good. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, right? Because we all came from the dust. Being in that Gentile mind state, being in that state of confusion, you know, being in that lackluster Babylonianized spirit, you know, for a certain amount of time. He said, many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake. Some to everlasting life, right? Just like the elect. Some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. And to be honest, most is going to awake to everlasting shame and contempt. When they realize that they're wrong, that they're going to have to pay for their wrongdoings and be cleansed of their iniquities, be it a famine, be it pestilence, be it the sword. When they realize that they have to pay for their wrongdoings via those three or those various methods of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, because they refuse to come forth through faith via the furnace of adversity, they're gonna be shit-faced, bro. They're not even gonna believe that these things is taking place, man. They're not gonna believe that things is happening to them, man. They're gonna be shell-shocked, man. It's gonna be weeping and wailing, gnashing of teeth. And again, it's rightfully so, though. It's rightfully so, because the Lord begged, the Lord pleaded through His men, incarnation after incarnation, for thousands of years, man, to come back, man. And people gonna be willing the day of power too, man. Especially Jake. Jake gonna be willing the day of power, but once that famine of the word hit, and the doors of repentance close, and that grid go out, you know, motherfuckers is gonna seek. They gonna beg, but it's mostly gonna be over with, man. It's mostly gonna be over with. It says that there's gonna be a great awakening. I don't know when exactly that'll take place. It's gonna be people getting bid back to the marriage in masses, in droves. But for the most part, when that famine of the word hits, shit, the doors of repentance closed, so your judgment is sealed, man. When the elect is sealed, your judgment is sealed. But like I said, they're gonna seek a vision of the prophet. Then they're gonna seek some answers, man. Then they're gonna seek the Lord through their men. But it's gonna be over with. This is the book of Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 25. Yep. One second. Yep. Destruction cometh, and they shall seek peace. They're going to seek peace. All the water gone, all the shelves empty. It's no work out here. The grid off. It's lawlessness. They're going to seek peace, man. And there shall be none. Continuing on, verse 26. Mischief shall come upon mischief, and rumor shall be upon rumor. What's going on? I think it's China. I think it's Russia. I don't know who's doing this. I hope, they're not going to know what's happening. It's going to be rumors, man. There's going to be rumor upon rumor. Then shall they seek a vision of the prophet. They're gonna put two and two together. They're going to see the men of the Lord being increased while this word is going to shit. And notice that, like I said, us being on these street corners, we're a fixture of these communities, man. So they take us for granted out here. They feel like we'll always be here. So when they don't see us out here and they see us being increased, they're going to put two and two together. They're going to seek a vision of the prophet. But the law shall perish from the priests and counsel from the ancients. Nobody's going to have a fucking answer for you, man. Nobody's going to have a fucking answer for you because the doors of repentance closed, man. You're not going to feel that comfort or that mercy and that grace being out that grace being out there, man, because that grace is the ministry. So yeah, that grace being out there, man. You're not gonna feel the comfort. You just gonna be seeking the vision of the prophet out of deceitfulness, man, out of survival, man, while the evil days drew nigh, man. And you're supposed to seek him before the evil days drew nigh, man. So it was insincere, so he's not fucking with that, man. So this is what the Lord gonna say to you. This is what the Lord gonna say to you. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 15, verse 2. And it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? What shall we do? What's the next move? How am I eat? Do I trust Esau? What's going on? They're going to say, whither shall we go forth? Then thou shalt tell them, thus saith the Lord Yahweh. This is what the Lord said. If he even gives you this, opportunity, because he's gonna put a dumb spirit on some of us. He's gonna have the roof of the tongue in your mouth cling to the roof of your mouth, man. Because the doors of repentance closed. There's nothing to say to them but for them to get their judgment. Then thou shalt tell them, thus saith the Lord, such as offer death to death. So shit, if it's your time to die, shit, it's your time to die. This is your judgment. And such as offer the sword to the sword. And such as offer the famine to the famine. And such as offer the captivity to the captivity, man. That's what we're going to tell you, man. Keep that same energy, man. You thought you had all the answers prior to the days drawing nigh, to them evil days drawing nigh. Keep that same energy, man. Be a man about it, man. Take what you got coming. Take what you got coming, man. I can see it now. I can see it now, man. Because just like anybody, man, the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua will have enough, man. He said he's angry with the wicked every day. So now it's come to time, rightfully so, where judgment, where judgment comes, man. And he's been pleading with Israel, man, to come back, man. Don't act like Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is unjust. It's going to be indignation, righteous hatred, righteous anger sent out via these plagues, man. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 7. Verse 25. Since the days that your fathers came forth out of the land of Egypt unto this day. So since day one, man, since y'all came out of Egypt, man, since Yahweh Bashim Yahushua used Moses to lead y'all out of Egypt, man, unto this day. To right now, to October 30th, 2021. I have even sent unto you all my servants, the prophets, daily rising up early and sending them. So Yahweh Bashim Yahushua has been pleading to the nation of Israel, man, via his servants, the prophets, to come back, man. not willing that any shall perish, theoretically speaking, to come back. He's begged, man. He's pleaded. Wisdom has been crying without, man, uttering her voice in the streets, man. But who's taking heed, man? Continuing on. Verse 26, yet they hearken not unto me, nor incline their ear. Like I said in one of my earlier camps, I'm 5 camps in, I don't know why I said my earlier camps, but I think it was my first camp that I actually posted. The elder had told this man he was an Israelite. This man ran across the street. Ran across the street and covered his ears, man. Like Yahweh Bashim Yahushua was using the elder to tell him something contrary to his salvation, man. Like the elder was trying to tell him something contrary to life, man. Continuing on. But hardened their neck. They did worse than their fathers, man. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua said we did worse than our fathers, man. You know, he said this place is worse than Sodom and Gomorrah. I get that. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 16. Yep. 1 second. Do that. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 16. Yeah, this is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 16, verse 48. As I live, saith the Lord Yahweh, Sodom thy sister have not done, she nor her daughters, as thou hast done, thou and thy daughters. Yahweh, and that was back in the days of Jeremiah. So imagine how much more this day, man. Imagine how much more Babylon the Great, man. That's why he said the judgment of Sodom and Gomorrah will be more tolerable than how Babylon the Great today is going to get did, man. And I'm going to get that. Oh, it's in Matthew. This is the book of Matthew. Book of Matthew chapter 11 verse 24. But I say unto you that it shall be more tolerable for the land of Sodom in the day of judgment than for thee, man. And rightfully so. And rightfully so. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua said that Sodom hadn't committed half the iniquities that Babylon the Great had committed before him, man. So the judgment that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua has pent up for Babylon the Great and spiritual Israel is going to be righteous, man, and it's going to outshine anything he's ever done. And anybody that's staying here spiritually, that's not harassing and departing spiritually, is going to rightfully take place in that judgment, man. Because don't act like the Lord wasn't sitting here loving us, you know. Wasn't sitting here loving us. But let me get this though. This is the book of it's on my mind to get this on my. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 16, verse 12. As his mercy is great, because he's still rising up, sending his prophets every day, man, calling out to you to this day. As his mercy is great, so is his correction also, man. Righteous, perfect balance. He judges a man according to his works. So that's going to be the latter end of majority of our people, man. Being not avoiding the second death, taking place in the death of the uncircumcised, man. Dying the death of the enemy, man. Dying the death of the wicked, man. And like I said, don't act like the Lord wasn't sitting here loving us when we didn't love ourselves, man. Wasn't sitting here loving us first, man. Don't act like the Lord isn't more merciful than we ever could imagine, man. The Lord loves us, man, to this day. He loves the nation of Israel to this day, man. Or he wouldn't be warning us of the things to come. Or he wouldn't have sent Yahweh Shah. You know, he said he wouldn't want none of us to die. This is the book of 2 Peter. It's the book of 2 Peter, chapter, I want to say 3. Yeah, 3 verse 9. The Lord is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness. And that's how you know, and you know he's not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness, because look at the state that the word is being brought to by his men just sighing and crying for the abominations done in the midst thereof, man. We're in the midst of World War III, man. Due to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai's mercies, man. Due to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai trying to establish his kingdom in righteousness and set the elect on high, man. So he's not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness, but is long suffering to usward, not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance. So again, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai doesn't want any of us to die, man, theoretically speaking. He said he doesn't want any of Israel to perish, man. And he said he has no pleasure in the death of the wicked. This is the book of This is the book of Ezekiel. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 33, verse 11. Say unto them, as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh, I have no pleasure in the death of the wicked, but that the wicked turn from his way and live. Turn ye from your evil ways, for why will ye die, O house of Israel? So Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai doesn't have any pleasure in the wicked, man. He doesn't have any pleasure in the death of the wicked of our nation, man. He said a dog that's living is better than a dead lion, man. How can we worship him? How can we execute his purpose and execute his words and bring in his kingdom, which is his good pleasure, if we out here being wicked, man? If we out here dying being wicked, man? We can't. Best thing we can do at that point is be a fucking a spirit of vengeance or some shit. It's no way, man. He's even so loving that he said, if we turn to him, man, despite all we did, he said he's so loving that he said if we turn to him as a whole, that he would quickly avenge and subdue our enemies, man. He said that, despite all that we did. And we have yet to do this as a whole. This is the book of Psalms. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 81, verse 13. Oh, that my people had hearkened unto me, and Israel had walked in my ways. I should soon have subdued their enemies and turned my hand against their adversaries, man. And this has yet to happen. So that should tell you that the wicked of our people are keeping us here, man. Are prolonging this wicked kingdom, man. Are prolonging this wicked world, man. Are prolonging Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai's return, man. That's why he said he's just gonna get his remnant and be cool with that, man. And establish the word in that, man. He said it's his good pleasure to give us the kingdom. But the majority of us have cast off that which is good. So the book of Jeremiah, I want to say 5, verse 25. Yup. Your iniquities have turned away these things. Your iniquities have turned away these things, man. And your sins have withholding good things from you. So yeah, man, you stupid niggas out here committing spiritual fornication, pleasing your flesh, you know, making mirth, forsaking Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. You know, honestly, the wicked of our people, man, the 2/3 have always been the ones prolonging our captivity, man. Bringing upon the nation of Israel, Israel's captivity, man. The Lord knocking our enemy down for the count, and you, the wicked of our people, are putting them on life support, man. And they have habitually done that incarnation after incarnation, man. And now the time has come where you just have to die the death of the enemy and try it over again in the kingdom, man. With a heart made right, man. under the elect, man, under the men that came back before the evil days drew nigh, man. This is the book of Ezekiel. Chapter 23. The book of Ezekiel, chapter 23, verse 35. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, because thou hast forgotten me and cast me behind thy back, therefore bear thou also thy lewdness and thy whoredoms. So that's what Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to have to put the majority of our people through, man. That refuse to come back. You're gonna have to bear all your wrongdoings, man. You won't be spared. You're either gonna bear. He said you're either gonna bear your own burden and work out your salvation, work out your own salvation, or stay outside when the doors of repentance close, man. That's what he's saying. Listen to the book of 2nd Esdras. Book of 2nd Esdras. Chapter 15, verse 24. Woe to them that sin and keep not my commandments. See, he said death and destruction to men who sin and keep not my commandments, saith the Lord Yahweh. And rightfully so, because he said anybody that, let's get that. I'm going to be in the Apocrypha for a while, so I'm going to just keep it up. This is the book of Baruch. Chapter 4, verse 1. He said that. He said, this is the book of the commandments of the Most High and the law that endureth forever, man. Showing you that that the law, statutes, and commandments was never, ever done away with, man. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die. So that's why he said, woe to them that sin and keep not my commandments, because woe means death and destruction. He said, I will not, verse 25, I will not spare them. Go your way, ye children, from the power, defile not my sanctuary. For the Lord knoweth all them that sin against him, and therefore delivereth he them unto death and destruction, man. Rightfully so. Rightfully so. For now are the plagues come upon the whole earth. Ye shall remain in them. You won't be saved out of them. Because he said, what did he say? I'll get it. Days of Jacob's trouble, but Jacob should be saved out of it. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 30, verse 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. In this verse, he just said, for now are the plagues, this is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 15, verse 27. Now are the plagues come upon them, come upon the whole earth, and ye shall remain in them. So he's showing you that a remnant, that Jacob that's going to be saved out of Jacob's trouble is that remnant. That's who's going to be saved out of Jacob's trouble. And anybody else is going to be left here to perish, left here to suffer for their wrongdoings, left here to be judged, because they refuse to come forth through that furnace of adversity, through that furnace of affliction, through faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. They refuse. So yeah, I'm going to go back. This is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 15, verse 27. For now are the plagues, and hey, you white women is disrespectful, bro. I ain't going to lie. This lady just, she driving in the passenger seat of a nice-ass car, let down the window and just smiled at me, bro. What type of shit is that? And it wasn't like no friendly smile. It was, anyways, bro. Y'all disrespectful. I would have had to, just get out with him. This is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 15, verse 27. Now are the plagues come upon the whole earth, and ye shall remain in them. For the Most High shall not deliver you, because ye have sinned against him. So yeah, man, and it's gonna be in the worst way. This is the king of terrors we're dealing with, man. The living power we're dealing with, man. The king of the universe. Everything you fear, they're gonna be at your front door. Because it's the final survey. It's your last death, man. You're gonna be blessed after this if you're the nation of Israel, man. So you gotta really be shown that I loved you. You gotta really be shown that you was wrong. These fears that you fear most is going to be at your front door, man, because you refuse to hearken. And I'm going to prove that. This is the book of Proverbs. Chapter 10, verse 24. The fear of the wicked, because if you're not of the righteous, you're of the wicked, man. It's simple. The fear of the wicked, it shall come upon him. But the desire of the righteous, it shall be granted. Because what? The king shows favor to a wise servant, man. But what? He said his wrath is against him that causes shame, roughly paraphrasing. So yeah, the fears of the wicked is going to come upon them, man. Everything you fear. Everything you fear, because you refuse to come back, man. You prolong this kingdom. You prolong this queendom. You helping the enemy, man. Anybody, man. It's no respect of persons. Anybody in the nation of Israel that stays and dwells under the shadow of Egypt, everything you fear, like I said, is coming upon you, man. Everything you fear is coming upon you for refusing to be faithful, man. I'm gonna get that. There's just a level of severity to all of this, man. It's a level of severity to this, man. I would never, man. I wouldn't wish that on nobody, man. You sleeping next to your kids at night, man, just working every day to provide for them, man. Well, you should be doing that through your Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. And the worst is gonna happen to them, man. You sitting there having fun time with your wife, with your wife, man. And the worst is gonna come to her, man. Imagine that, man. What is the worst thing you can imagine happening to them, man? Do you not understand the severity of these things? This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 42, verse 15. And now therefore hear the word of the Lord Yahweh, ye remnant of Judah. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, the power of Israel. If ye wholly set your faces to enter into Egypt and go to sojourn there, then it shall come to pass that the sword which ye feared shall overtake you there in the land of Egypt. And the famine whereof you were afraid shall follow close after you there in Egypt, and there ye shall die. Cause like I just said, man, I'm gonna make 2 points. The things that you fear that's gonna come upon you, and like I also said, you're helping the enemy choosing to stay here, man. You're helping the enemy prolonging his kingdom, man. You're helping the kingdom propagating wickedness, man, covetousness, man, slothfulness, fleshliness. You're prolonging this kingdom, man. And you're choosing this side. You're choosing this side by not having faith and departing from this world spiritually, man. So he's gonna punish you, man. He's gonna punish you because all the things I just named, you're essentially bowing the knee to Baal, man. You're bowing the knee to the image of the beast, man. You're doing everything customary to this world and contrary to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. And the final nail in the coffin is when you get that chip, man. And it's not gonna be I'm just not gonna take it. No, man. He's not gonna set up a scenario for you to escape that, man. He's not gonna set up a scenario for you to be hedged from even being in that, even putting in that predicament. Your judgment is gonna be death, man. You won't be saved out of it, man. I'm gonna get this. And like I said, man, y'all, if you refuse to come back, you've been doing this shit, man. You've been doing this shit since various incarnations. So you got a heavy judgment to pay for it, man. A heavy judgment to pay for it, man. Because what? Because we all go back to our lots. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 30, verse 6. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, they also that uphold Egypt shall fall. And yes, you uphold Egypt by taking part in this, man. By taking part in the bullshit, man. By forsaking Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. You're giving Esau, Edom CPI while Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai through the elect, man, through the remnant, through his ministry, is killing Esau, man. You're counterproductive, man. You're contrary to the purpose. So yes, they that uphold Egypt, all our 2/3, the 2/3 of our people, shall fall. and the pride of her power shall come down. From the tower of Syene shall they fall in it by the sword, saith the Lord Yahweh. And they shall be desolate in the midst of the country that are desolate, and her city shall be in the midst of the cities that are wasted. And they shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh when I have set a fire in Egypt. Because that's the final plague, man. That's that final plague. When all her helpers, the wicked of our people, when all her helpers shall be destroyed, then you're going to know, man. Then there's going to be a final nail in the coffin, man. When you know that Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai rules in the kingdom of men. And his elect, his remnant is saved out of it, man. And what is that fire? Because it said when he says fire in Egypt. What is that fire? And that's even if you make it to that point, but what is that fire, man? Those ICBM missiles, man. Those nukes coming here, man. With the name of every 2/3 Jake number to it, man. And this is real, man. And that's how you know that this is real, man. And this is soon. Not only is this real, this is soon. This is soon to come because, like I said yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, we're in the beginning of World War III. This is the book of Zechariah. This is the book of Zechariah, chapter. Yep. This is the book of Zechariah. Salaki. This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 14, verse 12. And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord Yahweh will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem, man. Which is the people before it's in place. So anybody that has fought against Jerusalem, anybody that has despised the word of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, and not despising it in your mind or by the things you say, by your lifestyle, man. That's how you fight against Jerusalem, man. That's how you fight against the kingdom and you shut up the kingdom, man. He said this shall be including it. So you're gonna fall with the heathen. You're gonna die with the heathen. Because they also have first-handedly fought against the kingdom of Jerusalem, fought against Jerusalem. Salaki. Verse continuing on. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. That's going to be the end of every heathen and anybody left here in Babylon the Great, man. Melting as you stand, disintegrating as you stand. These are the effects of the ICBM missiles that's coming here, man. These are the effects of these missiles that's coming here, man. And anybody here that's fighting against Jerusalem is going to take part in that second death, man. And does that sound like anything anybody would want to take part in? Because that's what, that's what's coming to this place soon, man. Where anybody that chooses to stay in it. Anyone that chooses to stay in it. And again, rightfully so. Because Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai begged, man. He begged through his servants, the prophets, man. He pleaded. That's the better word to say. He pleaded with y'all continually via his servants, the prophets, man. Generation, generation. Incarnation, incarnation, man. Captivity, captivity. Pleaded with y'all, man. For thousands of years, and you stupid niggas refuse to come back, man. And hearken. So once and for all, you're going to have to pay. So once and for, I'm going to repeat myself. So once and for all, you're going to have to pay before he establishes the kingdom under Yahweh Shai and the elect, man. That did come back, man. That did hearken. This is the book of Psalms. Psalms chapter 1. No, I think it's 12. So the book of Psalms. I'm tripping. Proverbs. Yes, sir. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 24. Because I said he's called, he's pleaded. Because I have called and ye refused, I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. But ye have said at not all my counsels and would none of my reproof. I will also laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh, man. I will mock when your fear cometh. When When your fear cometh as a desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. For that they hated knowledge, and did not choose the fear of the Lord Yahweh. They were none of my counsel, they despised all my reproof. Therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own way, the fruit of their own doings, and be filled with their own devices. For the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. Because what? Folly set in great dignity. Envy in the way of the heathen, envy in the way of the oppressor. But whoso hearken unto me shall dwell safely, man. Salaki. Yes, I shall dwell safely, and shall be quiet from the fear of evil. So again, choose life. Choose life, because you got a different life set before you, theoretically speaking. And again, I pray this lesson was edifying, and I hope I brought it home for the elect of the nation of Israel. And before I end, I would love to always, and once again, give always, to always and once again give all honor and glory, all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Bahashem. And give double, give double honor to the elders, apostles, GMS, who rule well and sound doctrine. Shalom, shalom, we close, we real close, y'all.